Hi guys, this is Durban, as you can see, the north side of the beach, and this is all the dirt that was washed away after the storms, the big storms that came in. This is what it has resulted to at the beach. Hello guys, I hope you guys are good. My name is Nkululewa, also known as Ulego. Thank you so much for visiting the channel. Hopefully you're gonna stick around and you're gonna like what you're gonna see. And to all my subscribers, I just want to say thank you so much for being there, for being loyal subscribers, for watching my video. And to those who are coming for the first time, hopefully you stick around and you become a subscriber. Basically today I want to go through 10 questions that you should never ever ask a 30-something. Yeah, so basically possibly it's possible that you have asked this type of questions to a 30-something before, so ungabi ashamed, because ezinye izinto we learn them as we go. Sifunda as sihamba. It might be possible the reason why you asked these questions is because you didn't have any information. You are still young, you are below the age of 30, you don't understand what the 30-somethings are going through. So yeah, so I would advise if you have a friend or who is in the 30-something, basically to be aware of these questions, to know how to actually conduct yourself, how to be friends with them, because amanye alama questions are very personal. Because ama 30-somethings are actually going through things, guys. I am one of my 30-somethings, and we are going through things. And some of the questions that some people ask are actually very personal. Sometimes abantu bayabuza my questions because they just want to piss you off, or sometimes they just ask them, yeah, innocently. They just ask those questions without knowing how are they going to make a 30-something feel, when they ask those questions. So if you want to find out those questions, stick around. The first question that you should never ever ask a 30-something is, how old are you? Okay guys, what is wrong alok? There is actually nothing wrong alok. Yeah, so basically for amanyama 30-something, how old are you? Yeah, it's actually a big deal. It is actually a big deal because already sebezizwa engathi sebadala, you know, the type of thing. Yeah, so because now they're feeling sad, oh God, they're gonna reach 40 manje, abasawona ama 20-something, say ama 30-something, so already they feel old. So if you're gonna ask them, you're making them feel sad. It's okay. Mhlampe ngenze ukuthi sengibonile, mhlampe ubuso bami sekunama wrinkles. That's why engibuza, especially for women, I'm a 30-something year old woman. So hey, that is a big deal. Yeah, so it might happen to the reason why how old they are is because of something that they've done, or they could have done better because of their age. So that is not a good question to a 30-something. And sometimes I'm an achievement, guys. Yeah, so I'm 30-something because some of them are not even employed. They haven't done pretty much in life. So if you're gonna ask them how old they are, so you're actually reminding them, you know what, they got a long way to go. You're making them feel sad. So yeah guys, how old are you? So that's basically, it's a psychological related, all these things. This question just how old you are. Yeah, it basically makes them feel sad. Sometimes it'll make them feel angry. Yeah, it just depends. Something they don't really care, like, because all of these things don't matter to them, because whatever they have achieved in life, they did it long time ago, in their 25, or when they were 25, 23. So sometimes they feel yeah, they've done pretty well. So when you ask them how old they are, so they are really comfortable with that question, they can just answer you. But I'm gonna tell you something that are not doing very well in life. Yeah, this question is very personal. Do not ask it. Try and maybe ask somebody else, or try and find out in another way. I don't know how you're going to find out, maybe from people that they know, but don't ask them directly how old they are, because yeah, you might make them feel sad. Yeah. Okay guys, the second question that you should never ever ask a 30-year-old something is, when are you getting married? So yeah, never ask this question. You know why? Because already labantu laba bana 30 something. So what do you think? Basically, if they're single, obviously it means that they are not doing well in the love section, so they're not doing well. So that's why, obviously that's why they are single. So basically sebeyizame many times lento lena yokuthandana yokuthi yokuba serious. They've actually tried it, they've been there, done that. Many of them have had different experiences when it comes to love, so obviously that's why they are still single. So if you're gonna ask them why, when are they gonna get married, basically it's an annoying question to them. Even if they got loving partners, or even if they don't have any partners, so yeah, it's either you're gonna make them feel sad or they're gonna be angry at you. But what you need, bottom line, what you need to know is they've been there, done that. The reason why they are single is they've tried this love thing, but it hasn't worked for them. Some of them do want to get married, but they're unable to find people who are loyal to them. They've been hurt many times. Some of them have been hurt many times. So this is one of the reasons why they can't find love, why they're not married. Another thing is some of them have been in relationships for like forever. Some of them have been in the same relationships for 10 years, especially women. You know, when you ask them, many times they will answer you, they are waiting on their men. Basically, it's up to their men to decide when are they going to marry. They can't marry themselves, you know, they'll give you those type of things. Because our partners are basically not proposing to them. So if they are females, they basically don't have power. They don't have power, when are they going to get married? So yeah, please avoid this question. When are you getting married? Never ask a 30-year-old something. Never. Yeah, another thing is you'll be surprised, you are asking umuntu when are they going to get married, a person that has been divorced. So it is very common for amateri something who are single, because sometimes they are divorced. They chose to divorce their partners. Sometimes you'll find that their partners divorced them. So if you ask them, if you don't really know them well, and you're gonna ask them when are they gonna get married, or why are they single, you know, those type of questions. So guys, it's a very awkward question for a materi something. Please avoid asking a materi something. Why are they not married? They've been through a lot, guys. That's the last thing they want to hear. Don't ask. Okay, guys, let's move on to question number 4, that you should refrain by all means asking a 30-something this question. Why are you having pets in the house instead of having children? Oh God, never ask. Okay, sometimes it's possible something, because something are independent, they have an apartment, some of them. So it's a chance for them with their own pets, with their favorite pets, to keep their own favorite pets in the house or in the yard or anything like that. But if and then you ask questions like, why are you having pets instead of having children? That's not the reason why they have a pet. Some of them, it's not the reason why they have a pet in the house. But some of them, they do have pets because they want to feel happy, they want to have a companion around, because they've been going through so much heartache. Relationships, people have been disrespecting them, people have been disloyal to them. So they choose to live on their own. So now they get themselves a pet, something right in general. But sometimes it's honestly not what they trying to replace ingane or something like that. It's honestly because they love pets. So when it's very rude for you why are they having pets instead of having children. That's not the reason sometimes they have pets in the house. They just have pets because they love them. So refrain by all means, guys, asking this question. All right, guys, question number 6. Question number 6 that you should never, ever ask a 30-year-old something is, are you working? Bafethu, hey, don't ask a 30-something ukuthi iyasebenza yini or yabo nje le umbuzo kanjalo. Lo mbuzo ke uthanda ukuba trickynyana because if ubuza, it doesn't make sense ukuthi ubuze if you're not gonna even offer anything. Like, the only time I feel ukuthi you should ask anyone ukuthi uyasebenza yini or anything like that is if mhlampe you got something to basically give them, you have a better job to give them, because sometimes it just feels creepy because you'll find ukuthi abasebenzi ama-30 something abakasebenzi, and ungasebenzi, it's very stressful, it's very depressing. So if you're just gonna ask randomly nje ukuthi are you working, and then izophela lapho and you basically have nothing to offer them, it's actually it's very awkward for a 30 something, guys. Don't ask ukuthi if they are working or not if you're not going to give them a job, or if you're not going to refer them to a place or something. So if you're not going to do any of those things, don't ask ukuthi are they working or not. Please try and stay away from that question. All right, guys, let's move on to question number 6. Question number 6 that you should never ask a 30-year-old something is, do you still live there? Hey guys, this is a very tricky and awkward question for a 30-somethings, but it depends basically how far they've actually tried things in life. Yeah, because you'll find that abanye have been staying at home since their birth. They are still stuck at home even today. So if you're gonna ask them if do they still live there, so it's like it's a very awkward question. It makes them feel sad, especially when if usuwa move, let's say mhlawumbe uhlala elokishini, awusahlala elokishini manje uhlala eflatini mhlawumbe emhlanga, or usuhlala i-apartment yakho mhlawumbe somewhere at a nice suburb, or nje awusahlala wena ekhaya. So if you're going to ask it something and they still live at home, to them it's a very personal question. They will answer you with bahlalapi, but basically it will make them feel sad if they are if they are stuck. So if you ask them bahlalapi, guys, try not to ask basahlala lapo. Don't ask that, because abanye abantu ababuza le mbuzo lona, it's not really a good question. Sometimes they are just asking because they are trying to fish around to see how far you are in life, and then they tell you and then they ask you usahlala lapho. So it's a very awkward question to ask a 30-year-old something. Let them tell you where do they stay, but don't ask them let's say nikhule naye umuntu and mhlawumbe senibonana eGoli somewhere, or you are meeting somewhere you haven't met for a long time, and then you ask them usahlala lapho. I know, guys, don't do that. Some 30-something are going through so much, guys. Akasathanda ukuhlala ekhaya, mancane kakhulu ama 30-something asathanda ukuhlala ekhaya. The only reason why asekhaya is because of my home commitments that they can't really get away from, or they simply don't have the means to actually move out and get their own property. So guys, stay away from this question if you're going to ask a 30-year-old something. If they still live there, don't ask them that. Alright guys, let's move on to question number 7, guys. This question, try by all means not to ask a 30-year-old something, is, when are you losing weight? Hey guys, I don't know how many times am I gonna say this, but I have to stress it. With 30-something, guys, they're going through a lot. 30-something is the worst time of your life, basically depending on what you are up to. But it become a very stressing life, job wise, relationship wise, financial wise. This is where people get pressure. If you're gonna ask them when are they losing weight, hey guys, you're asking them a depressing question. Why? Number one, you'll find that they don't have time basically gym and all the time. So ngena ngo 7 ekuseni uphuma ngo 4 ntambama kusafanele ahambe it takes them 30 minutes, or it takes them an hour. Basically, they don't have time. So if you're going to ask them, by losing any weight, how are they going to lose weight? Sometimes they can't even afford the diet as by losing weight, because weight loss diets are sometimes expensive. Sometimes you'll find that they are having health problems. That's why they're gaining weight. Yeah, ngobani ezinye izinto, when you become 30, ezinye izinto izinto nje in your body, they start happening very slowly. As a safani when you are still 20 something, when you get to 30 nje, everything starts slowing down. Even if fat burning process yako starts getting slow. Some of them have tried to lose weight, but they are unable to lose weight. So nje, don't ask them 30 somethings whether they're losing weight. Don't talk about their weight. Let them lose the weight in this. Yeah, don't talk about it. Just leave it. Okay, guys, let's move on to question number 8. Number 8 question that you should never ask a 30-year-old something is, what is that for? What is that for? Okay, guys, it is possible that you are at work, at a workplace with a 30-year-old something, and then you find that they got things on their desk, and then you start looking, and then you see things that you don't understand on their desk. Maybe they got medicine on their desk, and then when you ask, what is that for? It's a very rude question, especially if it's medicine, because medical information basically is not something that you can just disclose it to anyone. So if you ask it all something, what's that for? If you want a pill with this slack and you ask them what's that for, they're not gonna tell you, but you're gonna make them feel awkward. That's number one. You're gonna make them feel awkward, or you're gonna make them feel angry. In a very bad way, because so yeah, that's one of the reasons. Yeah, another reasons, they might have instruments in the labo. They're trying to better their lives, you know. They got documents, that are confidential on their desk. They're working on things, confidential information. Don't ask what is that for. Let them tell you whatever they have around them, what is that for. If they don't tell you, don't ask. Don't ask. If they don't tell you what is going on their desk, what is going on around them, never ask a 30-year-old something. What is that for? Okay, guys, let's move on. Okay, so question number 9. Question number 9 that you should never ask a 30-year-old something is, what policies do they have? Do they have any? Are they saving any money? Do they have any long-term savings? Don't ask those questions, guys. These people are already stressed. They're already old. They're going through things. You will find that they don't even have any money to even do those savings. They got a bad job. They are unhappy at work. Things are expensive. Life is tough. So if you're gonna ask them, when you are 20, you are also 30 something. Maybe ama savings when you were 20, everything you've been doing everything right. So if you're 30-year-old something, as I said, they are not working. They just got a job. And when you're gonna ask them, do they have any savings? It's a very awkward question to them. Don't ask those type of questions. If you got savings, keep it to yourself. Let them ask you if they wanna tell you if they have any policies, or you can just simply advise them on my policies. Hey guy, hey, look here, there's this policy, there's that policy. If you want it, you can join it. But don't ask them if they have a policy or if they're making any long-term savings. Don't ask them. Instead, educate them. Yeah, that sounds better. Yeah, never ask a 30-year-old something. Do they have policies or am I savings or things like that? Never, never, never. All right, guys, we are almost at the end of the video. Last question, which is question number 10. Never ask a 30-year-old something. How much are they paying installments? How much is the installment for their car, for their house, or for whatever valuable thing that they own? Don't ask them how much are they paying, how much did it cost, how much are they renting. stay away from those type of questions. Those questions are creepy. Yes, yeah, for anybody, but they're more personal for 30 somethings, because they don't want to share that information. They don't want you to judge them. Who would say, oh, they are not doing this in life, they are not doing that in life. So those questions are actually personal. Stay away from asking them those questions, guys. Who would say, how much are they paying for things? How much? Because you actually sound like a jealous person sometimes, to be honest. Even if you're going to ask anybody, you sound like a jealous person. Don't ask unless guys, ask it is something this question. So guys, those are the 10 questions that you should never ask a 30-year-old something.